you for coming to my 8th grade speech. Emerald Mountain School has taught me so much, from staying focused to being less shy around people and being myself all the time. I will be telling you about how Emerald Mountain School taught me all of this over the past 2 years. As most of you know, I play tennis. There are some things you need in tennis or you can't play the game. Life for me is one big tennis match. There are some ups and downs and some wins and losses. Without strings on my racket, I wouldn't be able to improve. The strings on my racket are my parents. Without my parents, I wouldn't be able to improve. When I don't want to do something, they almost always find a way to motivate me, even when I don't want to. My mom is the one who helps me through my education at home when I need it, and my dad is the one who teaches me how to fix everything. They also manage to fit time in to come to all of my tournaments. Another very important thing you need in tennis is the court. My friends are like the court. This story of I couldn't have fun in life without my friends, just like I can't have fun in tennis without the court. This story I'm about to tell you is an adventure that took place last year on the Green River. Cannon, Mason, Ella, and I were all talking about how excited we were to raft the river. First came the beginning rapid, which was pretty small, but we were all laughing and having a lot of fun. We had a couple of paddle boards, and our favorite game to play was the Don't Fall in the Freezing Cold River game. It was very funny because of the way the board moved as we were completely off balance. Each rapid kept getting a little bigger. Mason and I were on my raft, and Cannon and Ella were on Cannon's raft. We all heard Travis telling us about Red Creek Rapid and how fun it would be. Yes, finally a real rapid, Mason says as I have big wide open eyes. Chris comes up to my boat and says, Mason, want to go down the rapid on the paddleboard? It'll be a lot of fun. Mason agrees after about 2 minutes of thinking. Knowing that they were going to fall in, I probably should have kept Mason on the boat, but I wanted to see how it would go, being a good friend I am. They get on the paddleboard and head down in front of my parents and me. I take out the GoPro and start recording. I watch as Mason's paddleboard tacos, which means it folded in half, and Chris and Mason both fell in the river. Of course, I was laughing very hard. Everything was going smoothly for my parents and I. Halfway down the Class 3 rapid, we unexpectedly hit a rock. Our boat lurches and I get hooked into the freezing river. I was no longer laughing. I struggled to get around rocks while I was still recording with the GoPro, and in the distance I can see Mason go around the corner. I was scared. I immediately got out of the water and watched as my parents float away, unable to stop. I was stuck on a rock. I decided to make the decision to go back in the river even though I didn't want to, and I also had no choice because there was a big rock wall that I couldn't get around. I hit my wrist pretty hard on a rock. Eventually, I reached a place where I got out of the water and walked. After 10 minutes of walking, I found my mom walking up the shore. And then we met the group. But they were on the other side of the river. My dad says, "It's okay that you lost the GoPro. I didn't expect you to hold on to it." I reached down into my pocket of the swimsuit and pulled out the GoPro. "Actually, Dad, it's right here." My dad was very impressed that I held on to it the whole time. Everyone was asking me if I was okay, and I said, "Yeah, I'm okay. You want to see the video?" This next story was a while ago, but it was super fun and scary. Finn, Theo, who attended here 2 years ago, and is one of my best friends, and I went to Denver for fun to do indoor skydiving and this awesome core maze, which was gigantic. We all set off into the maze and quickly got lost and couldn't find each other. This is where our phones came in handy. We all turned on Find My Friends and went through the maze in the pitch black night. Half an hour later, I come across Finn. Note to parents, phones save lives. We still have no idea where Theo is, so we start looking. All of a sudden we hear his voice, "Wyatt, Finn!" We found Theo. And then we lost him again. After searching for quite some time, we ran into him again. We all stuck together and made sure that we didn't split up. Finally, we saw an exit. We raced as fast as we could to get to it. I turn around and look at where we are. The sign said start. We had come back to the same exact spot we started an hour ago. Into the maze we go, sprinting as fast as we could. Ahead of us is a bridge. We ran as fast as we could to the bridge. We climbed the stairs and looked around to see if we could find an exit to the core maze. I spotted what I thought was the way out. Running down the other side of the bridge, we reach a turn in the road. Of course, I forget which trail was which, and I wanted them to follow me, so I told them the right trail was ahead of us. A couple of seconds later, we come upon a dead end. Cutting through one of the walls seemed like a good idea. Another dead end. Finally, Theo found a trail that actually led somewhere. That somewhere was the actual exit. Last year I joined Emerald Mountain School and met one of my friends I hadn't seen in 8 years. This would be Cannon. Cannon, you were always working hard while making funny jokes. I had no idea who you were when I first saw you, but then I heard your name and I immediately remembered you. We became great friends again. Mason. I have my doubts about you because the first day I met you, you were playing soccer, and the first impression I got was that you couldn't stay on your feet whatsoever. You turned out to be funny, but you turned out to be funny and a great friend. Finn. I've known you for a super long time. I've gotten to know you a lot better after being in the same class this year. We have made many great memories, and although we won't see each other every day, we will continue to make even better memories. And last but not least, my friend Roy, who doesn't attend here, but he's a great friend. Roy, can you please raise your hand? Almost every time we hang out, we make stupid videos ranging from the weird challenge to the not my legs challenge. I remember the first time we met, we were in your car with Theo and Nate. We were passing around your headband, and it came to me. I thought it would be funny to hit you in the head with it. I aimed it at your head. You moved slightly to the right, and you also happened to roll down the window, so it went flying out the window. I remember about 2 weeks after that, we were playing doubles. I was serving, and the only thing you said to me was, "Don't hit me in the head." So I went back to the baseline and served. The ball flies through the air and hit you in the head. Thank goodness my serve wasn't like it is now. The teachers are like the line judge. If I were to question whether the ball was in or out, they would tell me if it was in or out. All the teachers are like this because you ask the questions and they answer, just like the line judge in tennis. Cindy. You were the most awesome math teacher ever. You always tried to be strict with our class, but you were too nice. Last year I started grabbing random numbers from different pages and problems, and I did it even more this year. Whenever I did that, you would be confused, and I don't know how you could tell, but you named certain problems that I got the numbers from, and you were correct. Dave. Thanks for making us all laugh. One of the funniest times was when Aaliyah, Eva, and Piper would not stop bothering you about crossing your arms and flexing. So you went out to the hall and grabbed Grace's tiny coat and put it on thinking it would remove the flexing factor. Instead, you looked like a giant marshmallow. I've learned a lot about the old world and the new world, Jamestown, and a lot more thanks to you. Luann, thank you for letting us use our notes on the last daily grammar test. On the day of the Shakespeare auditions, I had lots of trouble saying one word, let alone 2 short paragraphs. When the play was coming soon, you told me I had to speak super loud and clear. I kept that in mind and made it happen during the play. Now I'm a lot more comfortable giving speeches or saying things in front of people. Jeff, thank you for teaching us new things every day. I have learned a lot of new things this year. You're always making us laugh, whether it's making a bad joke or trying to slide into chairs and breaking them. I would also like to thank Marianne, Carrie, Deborah, Beth, Debbie, and Sharon for having an impact on my education. Coach Bill, can you please raise your hand? Coach Bill is my tennis coach. A few weeks ago, Bill saw me as well as I've ever played in academy. He offered me a full week of private training. That same week, there was a tournament down in Boulder. I would be going into that tournament with lots of training. I agreed to do the training. By the end of the week, I had fixed all my mistakes and was ready to go to Boulder. I ended up winning that tournament all because of Coach Bill. He taught me a new slice backhand and how to hit with more power. He is the best person to learn from because he makes sure you don't forget it. Just like tennis has been important in my life, Emerald Mountain School has also been important in my life. It has provided me with strings, the court, and the line judges I have needed to be successful in my education, stay more focused, be less shy, and be myself all the time. I'll miss everyone here and the school. Now I'm taking my life to a new level. I am upping my game in every aspect, accepting new challenges and making new friends. Thank you.